All right, welcome everybody to our third official webinar. I am your host tonight, and tonight what we're going to talk about with 64 of the new Mize team is we're going to have an unofficial webinar, meaning it's not going to be death by slideshows. What we're going to discuss tonight is what happened the last 8 days while all of the leaders, I think in total there was about 47 of us from around the world that were invited because we qualified to the Cuba event. So as I told you earlier, I was going to give a presentation with slides, but the company would rather that they release all of the excellent news and updates and everything that's going to happen. They're the ones that want to present the master nodes. They're the ones that want to present the official videos, the official information, and the new products, the new ranking structure, the new commission plan, the future of the company. And obviously they would like to get everybody excited on how you can qualify for the next event, which was advertised to us 2 days ago, which will be Brazil. So I hope everybody that is on this webinar tonight, I'll get to meet you in Brazil, where we will probably launch new products. So guys, just to let everybody know, about, I think 10 days ago now, the company had launched, and all of those who had qualified to the bronze rank were invited for an all expenses paid trip from your home of residence all the way to Cuba. So obviously me being in Dubai, I was invited. I took an 8-hour trip to Portugal. And when I got to Portugal is where I met the Mize team, Armando, the big leaders that have been in the company a lot longer than us. I got to meet the CEO and some of the support team there. The developers were there. The team that arranged everything was there. And we stayed in Portugal for about 5 hours, and then we took an 11-hour trip and ended up in Cuba. And what a fantastic event was. It was amazing. So I really want to just say a big, huge congratulations to the Mize support team to put all of that together. And it's really important that I acknowledge them because, as you know, we're all excited about Mize Network. It's a new generation cryptocurrency blockchain technology company bringing out MLM type products. And while they're launching the new products of the power nodes, in the background, what you're not seeing is the whole organization of that event. So not only are they, dealing with everybody that's getting excited, joining the company, taking care of support issues, they had a huge event to organize, and trying to organize a trip like that for about 50 people takes a lot of the time and effort. And it went flawlessly. There was no issues. Everything was superbly organized. The trips went well, the day trips, the workshops that we did. So you can just imagine. So I hope you appreciate the work that they've put in, guys, because when you're trying to organize a trip and all of the Mize team, apart from a few obviously back in Seville controlling everything, that they've got to control all those people and launch a company. So when your friends come along and join the company and there's a delay, say because a video isn't launched in English or our contracts are not yet updated or whatever new fresh information that's come into the Mize Network is not ready, available for us, it's because they were launching the second huge trip. And now, we've launched Master Nodes, everybody is back. And this week, you will get all of the questions answered. I know a lot of you have come on the webinar tonight to get information. I'm not the one that's going to be delivering it. I'm going to give you some things that happened, obviously, in Cuba, but the main information will come out from the CEO, from the support staff. So this week, Monday onwards, go back into your back office and you will see developments of the company. Everything that you're looking for will slowly be implemented. So I'm asking you on behalf of the CEO Carlos, Armando, the leaders, the support staff, just a little bit of patience, because we're not joining a company, everybody, we're launching it. Okay, so it's just a message from the CEO. He's asked me to thank you for your patience, and he's assured us his whole team now is in the office every day, and everything you're looking for with the videos, with more information, is going to come out to you. Okay, so we got to Cuba. Very, very exciting. The first day, obviously, was a get together. It was an opening welcome party to everybody that had made it, and CEO and the owners had basically addressed us and gave us the format for the week. So the second day, we went on a trip to, I think it was, I might get the order wrong, but I think it was Savannah. We went down there, and we went to see all the history of everything. This is the caliber. The reason I'm telling you this is this is the caliber of the company. I haven't been in many companies where they organize trips for their new members, where you qualify and the CEO and all of the support staff go with you and do workshops on the actual event. So if you're somebody that likes to find a company as a home and have, almost direct access to the whole of the support team, then this is the company for you. If you like to sit down with the CEO and ask him direct questions, or you have an issue, and he'll sit down with each one individually, and I think anyone that came with me will see how much time and effort that the CEO sits down with you personally and resolves your questions or your issues right there. I've never experienced it, so this was a real humbling experience for me. So on the workshops, the first workshops, the CEO was telling us almost like the blueprint of the company, who's involved in the company, everything that you don't see behind the scenes. We don't get to see the selection of the support staff. We don't get to see the selection of the new products, the time and effort that goes into it, who's arranging it. We don't get to see where the CEO and our master traders go off to different countries on private trips to go see the mining sites, for example. We don't get to see the financials of the company. So this is why this company is really, really special, because that was kind of shared with us, and it will continue to be like that. When I pause, guys, I'm just bringing more people in. So, so talking, the CEO was talking to us a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and I'm going to keep bringing that point up, because you and I both know when you go into a company, usually you're expecting everything to be there. All information is there. You expect the videos to be in English. You should have all the information about the products and everything like that. And that's why I'm saying, it's so nice to have the CEOs with you, because we were addressing that. We were saying, look, hundreds and hundreds of people are so excited about this new type of company, this, new generation tech company and what they're doing. And he sat down for 4 hours and addressed everything. Now, the funny thing was, it was all in Portuguese. All right. So we had to sit through it for 4 hours, and we didn't understand any of it, but we had a private meeting afterwards for all the English speakers. And he did say that the reason he did it all in Portuguese is because there was only 4 English speakers there. So for him to translate everything he said, the webinar would have taken 10 hours. So we said, don't worry, Adrian, the next the next trip we go on to Brazil, we're going to have 50 British speaking people and a small amount of Portuguese, and you'll have to do it the other way around. So he was like, bring it on, guys. So I need your support, English speakers. If you want to come to Brazil with us, we need to be the majority, and then we'll have the whole 7 days in English. We talked about the organization. We talked about the future of the company. We talked about different products. We talked about the difference between mining, proof of work, and proof of stake. And I'm not going to talk about that today. You'll have to go back with your leaders and start learning about proof of work and proof of stake. But don't worry, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then Mize is going to bring you a product called, I think it's Learn Chain. I may have got that wrong, where they're going to teach everybody in the network, whether you're brand new to cryptocurrency, it's your first day, or whether you've been doing it for 5 years. It's going to be tailored for everybody. So yeah, that lasted 4 hours. And then straight after that, we sat down with 4 of us, and he pretty much went through the organization. This was also a chance for us to see all of the documentation. I understand very well, being in network marketing now for nearly 6 years, that there are certain things that we should see before you go ahead and start putting your well-earned, deserved money into a company. And that is, you're looking for security of your funds. You're looking for a good, well-organized CEO and team. You're looking for compliance, regulations, and things like that. This was our chance to see the documents. I can tell you, as well as other people, we did see it, okay? So you're gonna have to trust that at the moment, that's why we went. We wanted to say to you on this webinar, we've seen it, and I am 100% in belief of this company, okay? And I wanna say that to you, and I'm looking at many people here, 65 people, that the documentation is there. I'm sure in the future, when you ask for it, it will come on the website at some point. But of course, they're not going to just give away all of their trade secrets and everything straight away. A really important point I want to talk about on that first day is when we were asking those type of questions, which I'm sure all of you have the same questions, and so is your downlines about those things, security, compliance, is that the company isn't going to readily give it available with telephone numbers and addresses of the companies and things like that, simply because all of us would call them. They would just call them up straight away and go for validation. So support would be underwhelmed with, is this really your email address? Is this really a phone number? Do you really have the documentation? So that's one of the reasons they didn't want to expose it all over social media. I do have them, okay? I'll tell you now, I do have those documents. If you want them, I can give them, but it will be to you personally. And it's not to be shared on social media. The reason is it has trade secrets. You know, if you've been in network marketing and older companies, everybody borrows everybody's scripts. You see it time and time again. And, you know, they just come up with second, third hand, fourth generation type scripts. And those programs don't work. They don't last. So this company is going to hold, goodness gracious, so many people. They're not going to give away trade secrets. So that is why when you ask me or the leaders or anybody, what is the return of investment? Where is all the information? You don't get it for 2 reasons. Firstly, it's illegal for any company to give out a return of investment. It's almost like a promise. And if we do that, members will hold the company accountable. And when it doesn't happen, then all the negativity comes in, and then everybody starts to get upset. And it just, you know, it's not the percentage that was perceived. So no one is ever going to get it. I will tell you now, you will never receive it from my team or from the leaders. There is no ROI. If you want the ROI, then do it the most logical way. That is, stay in the company for over 6 months and just calculate it over a 6-month average. There is your ROI. That is a true account of the company. Okay. So a lot of you on here will I've started the power nodes, and you'll see that it's a proof of stake versus a proof of work in the traditional mining. That information will come out professionally, because you need to be taught it. It's no good me giving it out or some of the leaders giving it out, because that's an opinion. We need to get true data from the actual company. So we're not going to speculate on these webinars. I'm not going to tell you what the coins are. The company will tell you what the coins are when it's time. because if they gave out the coins, some other company will go and Google search that coin, and they'll start buying those coins. That is a trade secret of this company. The CEO has asked me to say this to you. This company is your company. So whatever you say on social media will either promote the company or damage the company. Okay, that is why he wants to give it to you, so everybody sings the same song on the same song sheet, and everybody says it professionally. That will come out. I can't give you the dates. All I know is on that first meeting, when we spoke to the blockchain development team, he said to tell everybody that's on this webinar tonight that this isn't an easy website to develop. Meaning a normal website that you're used to in the past, the coding will be in SMTP format or HTTP format. That's easy to do. If you're a website developer yourselves, you know that's the code. We're talking blockchain. So there is a whole different algorithm and coding and development side. That's why it's not going to be so fast. So imagine when new people come in and they put their date of birth or their passports or whatever it may be, their compliance certificates, they have to code that into the blockchain. That is not easy. That is new technology. So just exercise a little bit of patience with your downlines, because they're going to come straight at you, and it's normal. What is this company? What are they going to pay me? Why is it taking so long? I don't understand. It's normal, and that's okay. So each day, I'm pretty sure more updates are going to come out. So, okay, so I'll talk a little bit about the website. I'm just going to add more people. So the website will constantly be upgraded, basically, and that's because of, as we just discussed, the blockchain side of the coding. So you're definitely going to see a lot more things happening. You've probably already noticed that as soon as the power nodes came in, there's almost like a separate, no, I'm not going to say a website, a separate page inside the website where you can go to your master nodes page. And this is where you'll see your tokens, you'll see your bonuses. And as they code more, you'll start to see whatever you're earning after your 30 days. And you'll get the finances and the withdrawal button and everything else, okay? So as the new products come, you'll almost see a new page specific to that product. Is that okay? Does that kind of make sense? I hope I haven't confused anybody there. Right. Yes, the company at the moment is mainly in Portuguese, and that is because it was only really going out to the Portuguese community. Then it was opened up to the English-speaking market as such, and you guys are rocking it. You have taken off. I can't believe what has happened. Nor can the company. I don't think they were expecting so many excited people coming in and just blowing this thing up. I mean, this thing is going viral very, very quickly. So they understand there's a lot of us English-speaking market coming in, and there's going to be a load of us coming in afterwards. So it will start to change in the languages, because don't forget, Asia's going to come along soon, and Brazil's going to come along, and Europe and France and Belgium, and lots going on. Okay, so I'm not allowed to talk to it, but okay, so that was the first day. The second day, guys, we went on another trip, which was very well organized. We went out for a day trip, had a party there. We came back the next day. We had another master class, if that's what you can call it, or a teaching session, which was about 3 hours as well, and that was all about power nodes, what it is, how it's going to work. All I can tell you officially, you may have seen it, is the coin that we are buying right now will be released in time. I think in the next couple of weeks. I'll bring on Armando later, and he can sort of verify the dates. But I think in the next couple of weeks, we may get to know the coin. It's 170 million tokens to be sold on that coin. That is all I can tell you at the moment. If you've bought your packs, you will know you can have unlimited packs, as many as you like. You will go in, you will purchase your packs, which are 100 euros for each pack. It will do a 30-day countdown. And there's a reason there's a 30-day countdown. And that's kind of standard in this industry when you do start mining, whether it's proof of work, your normal Bitcoin kind of mining, and your proof of stake mining, which is the masternode coin. There's a reason it takes 30 days for those that don't know. If you think about it, you have to get the coins from somewhere. So whatever location the company has decided, they have to go there. They have to do all the deals as such. They have to make sure it's safe and everything is in working order. Then you have to get the actual mining machines. And as you know, mining machines, they change. The cards are changing. Sometimes it's an S9 Antminer, and then you've got new cards, new technology, the new NVIDIA cards, the new ASIC cards. So it's always changing in this industry. Then you've got to connect the power, okay? You've got to assign the power. You've got to make sure you've got enough electricity. This takes time. So that's why there is a 30-day window, and that's in most sites. If you've been a Bitcoin miner before, most sites average about 30 days. Some have got it down to 15 days, but they're not going to rush in this company. So that's why it's 30 days. After the 30 days, then your whatever amount of tokens or masternode packs you've got will be relative to what your daily earnings are. Okay. Just to let everybody know, Besim at the moment has just put some links in the chat group. If you go to the chat group in Zoom right now, please copy and paste those links. Those links are for your new people. Those links are going to direct you to the Facebook group. It's also going to give you the official YouTube channel of the Mize Network. And there's plenty of videos there for you to see. Some of the videos are actually already translated into English, but the earlier ones may still be in Portuguese. So please go ahead right now and copy those links, because once I close this recording down, you won't get access to those links. So it's always good to have those links. So when somebody joins you or asks for information, I would recommend bringing them to the Facebook group or a WhatsApp group so they can kind of keep on top of the information as it's released, and direct them to the YouTube channel. What I'll do, Dan, is I'll go through the questions at the end, and I'll just scroll back and I'll answer each question that I can. If I can't answer it, or I don't know the answer, maybe Armando can help us. Okay, so the rank structure has changed. I'm not allowed to talk about it, but all I'm going to say is, and everybody knows now, that the bronze, silver, gold, platinum ranks are changing into a much better professional way of obtaining and achieving ranks. And I love it, and I've seen it, because in most network marketing companies, it only seems to be the very top leaders that get to achieve the big ranks. And it's such a big difference from the bronze to the diamond or the black diamond, as you know, and not many people will ever get a prize from these companies, you know, because everybody's at different levels. And I've seen it, and I just think it's absolutely fantastic what they've done. And every one of you on here can achieve those ranks because it's structured for you. So get excited. It's a fantastic. We already breached some of the prizes. There's nothing I can do about that now, but you see the caliber of the company and what you can achieve here. If you've ever wanted a home, a stable, transparent, honest company that's going to be around, that is well managed, that rewards you for your time and effort, working and developing yourself and your teams, the company is going to reward you that handsomely. I can tell you that. All right. What I'm going to do is, usually on presentations, you'll have a PowerPoint presentation of 10 slides, and that's what the company is delivering to you, and everybody seems to just trust that. What I thought I would do tonight is I'm going to bring somebody on that's been with the company for quite a while, as sort of inside knowledge of the company, spends a lot of time with the Mize Network team and the CEO. And I want his testimonial, because I think people tell the truth rather than a slide. So what you'll see me do is, as we grow together, each one of you who have been in the company, sorry, 10 more people are coming. I think it's better to get the testimonials from people, because people feel the company, they're involved with the company, they travel with the company, they talk to the CEO, they talk to the development team, they see the documentation. That's a true testimony of a company. You can't kind of bluff people. You can kind of bluff with PowerPoint slides all day long. But if you feel it from people that are experiencing it, I think it's just a better, honest opinion and true indication of what the company is about. So Armando, I would love to hear from you on your experience from the last couple of months. I met Armando online. He was one of the very first people I actually watched his webinar. He was translating. For those who don't know Armando, he's very, very, very excellent support because the CEO doesn't speak a word of English. So Armando is probably just as busy as him translating all the webinars. And for those who've seen the webinars, if you saw the very first one, that webinar was what got me. The translation of what the CEO was given to Armando and how he expressed it was what got me into this company. So Armando, my friend, it was a pleasure to meet you in Cuba. I had a fantastic time. It was one of my best experiences, and I would love for you to come on and talk about the company.
Okay, Lee, hello to everybody. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for being here. For me, it's always a pleasure to talk about the company because this company is all over me. So it's not hard for me to express what do I know and what do I feel about Mize Network. And so, Lee, thank you. Really, we met each other here online, and I want to thank you for the great job you've been done so far, and what a good friendship we already built for life here in Mize Network. So we are very thankful that Lee is leading a very large group, as he said, and I really hope so. I'm Portuguese, but I really hope so that the English speakers number enough to be all, the next trip will be all in English. So that is my dream too. So what can I tell you about Mize? Well, I got to know Mize project when it was created in November 17th. So in that moment, I knew already Adrian Jacuzzi, our CEO, and I knew many of the people that already have joined Mize, and I knew there was a great group since the beginning, and I said, wow, this is something that I want to know more about it. But the fact is, in that moment, I was occupied with other things, and not LMM business, but other kind of business, and I couldn't give the proper attention to this proposal. So I said to them, okay, I must be, okay, I got the idea. It's something that I've been waiting for so long, but now I cannot leave immediately what I'm doing. So because when I do Mize, I will do it 100%, and I must have the focus to Mize Network all the time. And so that took more time than I expected, but the fact is I've been working with Mize since the day I decided. And what a ride, what a ride. I started to work with many people around the world. I've been supporting many of you that are present. Many of you don't know me personally, but we already chat, we already talk. And so it's been a pleasure for me to give all this support to all of you, and many more will come. and I will always be here available. I have direct access to the company, and most of all to the CEO, Adrian Jacuzzi. It's more than a CEO for me. It's a friend. It's a very close friend. We talk every day. I'm updating all the time information about the company. I have the privilege to have contact directly. And so that's what I do. I collect information as far as I can spread out. I always do, and the group knows I do. So I'm a link between yourself, between the network and the company. There are many questions. Sometimes there are doubts. Sometimes there are questions. Sometimes there are requests. And the group knows that I'm always there. And why I'm always so available, why do I have always the answer if I don't know, sometimes in seconds I have the answer, sometimes in minutes, sometimes in hours. It depends on the difficulty of the answer. But everybody knows that I do it as fast as I can, and that's my commitment. That commitment, it is because I feel Mize so much, and I want it so much to be all around. And I want Mize to be spread all over the world as fast as we can. Because there's one thing, besides my beliefs, besides my want to do, there's something much more important. That is the opportunity to many others. And so I give this, all of me, to this mission. I want to spread out because this is the real thing. This is the real thing. I've been in LMM business since now 14 years, and I've been through many companies. I've been all around, and I have my victories and also my losses. But one thing is for sure, I'm in Mize this moment to be for life, and that is a fact. This is a fact, because you gotta feel it. It's nothing about numbers. It's not about numbers. I'm not here for the numbers. I'm not here for the money. I can tell you that. Some of you may say, oh, yes, but it is a fact. Believe me, I'm talking to you as I always do, with my heart. And I'm not here for the money. I'm here for First of all, I want to be a part of this industry salvation. And you know what I mean. All of you, for sure, have been passed through bad experiences in other companies and other systems. And that happens to all of us, including me. And there was a point that I almost give up on this way of life, this way of being, and working in this industry. And now I have found it again. And I have found something that I never have found before. And that's why I love to do network marketing. I put everything away for network marketing 14 years ago. And so I want to do this for the rest of my life. And I want to jump from one side to the other. This is what I am, and this is where I will be for sure for many, many years. And the question, oh, sorry about it, some people here in the office are watching Portugal is playing right now in the World Soccer, and we just make a goal. So, okay, Portugal. So what I was saying is, it's always something about believing. I'm a believer. But besides that, I also have the security in my hands. I have access to security. As Lee was telling you a few minutes ago, that we've been in Cuba, the documents were all there, available for anyone to see. And as far as I know, nobody requested us to see, and they were there, but nobody looked. It's something that it's unbelievable. Everyone wants to see the documents, and once they are there, available to see, you believe so much. You have so such a believing that you don't need to see, but they are there. So this is something that I felt since the day one, and I can tell you, I never saw. But I know, I saw the briefcases, I saw the papers, but I never read them. Because I know everything that is there is real. It's absolutely real, because more than the words spreading on the paper, I read the eyes, I see the actions, I mean it. And so I'm always around with them. I'm inside the corridors, and so, as you used to say, and so I see it with my own eyes. I don't have to read a paper. This is something I never felt before. I can tell you I've been in other companies and I pay for my own expenses, and I went there to see and check as far as I could. In this one, I have total access and I didn't do it. Why? Because I really feel it. It's something that you feel it or not to feel. That's why we say so many times for people who has too many questions, too many troubling, and too many trying to twist information that is correct and is available, but sometimes some people like to twist it and turn around the things. We don't, personally, I don't waste my time. I just say with most respect, this is what I believe, this is what it is. If you feel it, you feel it. You gotta feel it. It's not about numbers. It's not about anything. It's about feeling. If you have, from what you heard, from what you see, you gotta believe it. If you don't believe it, there's no way you're gonna do it. It's not gonna paper. It's gonna tell me, okay, this is it. It's what I feel. And so this is what my heart tells me, and this is what I say, and this is what I transmit to you. You believe it or not. And I can tell you, for everyone, and I see a lot of faces here in this meeting, and there's a lot of us. We are not crazy. We are not with our minds twisted. We know what we're doing. We know what we feel, because it's something you cannot build this. You don't build this. You just feel it, and it's amazing. And as Lee told you, the 47 people that we were there in Cuba, we felt it so much, so deep, that all the surgeons are in, all the checks, all the checkpoints are green, absolutely all of them. Since the owners, since the staff, we met all of them. The team, Lee already said, technicals were there, from the TI, marketing, all the staff, most part of the staff was there. We talked to them every day. They were there. They are normal people and real people. And we have access to all of this. I already have it before, but for the 47, perhaps 99% of the people were there didn't have access. Okay, everybody knows Adrian personally. Every person that went there meets Adrian, the Portuguese one. Everyone talks to Adrian personally at least one time of a week. But the rest of the staff, no. I knew them, but most of the people didn't. But they are real. They are in fact real. And for example, Carlos is the main brain behind all of this. I already had talked to him about in some meetings, some internet calls, and we talked, okay, many times, but I never met him personally. I just met Carlos in Cuba, and what a guy! It's amazing. It's amazing. If I already have so sure, if I really was so sure about the abilities and capacities and the knowledge of Carlos, when you met him, it's incredible. You feel it. You feel it straight away. What a humble and incredible person he is. Just like what I felt with Adrian. It's amazing. When you get to contact with these two guys, you don't need to see anything. You just, he talks to you, they talk to you, they explain to you, they give it your heart to you, they open your arms to you, and instantly you create a connection that you never lose it. They are so so to earth to us. It was amazing. Adrian and Carlos, they were always around and talking with everybody from the team. Everyone, they go to the beach, they laugh, they tell jokes. They live exactly like us. This is amazing. I hope that all of you here in this room and many others will have the opportunity for sure to see all this. And when you see it, if you already are a miser, you will see this. You will prove one day what I'm talking about. It's something special about this company, all of it, in all the persons, the system, everything is great. The products are incredible. I know about a little bit about this world, the cryptos and all, and I understood since the day one when they told me what they're gonna do with this product, that product. I said to myself, "Wow!" And sometimes I questioned. Sometimes I said, "Well, is this gonna be real?" And they said, "Yes, we're gonna do it."
All right, Armando.
Yeah.
Armando, I'm so sorry. I would listen to you all day, but this is a timed one, and in 8 minutes, it's going to cut out dead. So what we're going to do now, I'm sorry to cut you up, is let's go through the questions, because in 8 minutes, this shuts off. It's only scheduled for 1 hour, okay? So sorry, guys. I'm sure everyone was enjoying that. I apologize, but I'm going to go through the questions because there's some very good questions in there. So I need your help with this, Armando, okay? So
okay.
The first question that came in is... Many have joined from the USA. There is a concern, but we are putting in our USA ID numbers, but having no US in the drop-down menu. So I can answer that, or you got 1 minute to answer that.
Okay, it's easy. It's nothing illegal about us. Okay, the question is, we want to do the things so good and so properly about compliance and legacy that we want to first set up and be approved by the authorities in the US, and then we will open with all confidence the US registration. But why are we putting another country there? It's easy. We don't want to compromise this process that it already begun, and I can tell you it's going to be finished in short time. So it's an advanced process. We are legalizing ourselves in the US, and so as far as that is done, you will be absolutely free to put and do the QIC certification for US. So there is no problem, US and Canada. Okay. That's the answer.
Okay, that's good, because I know I spoke to Adrian about that, and while we're going through the process, we have to do it correctly, and that is the reason why. Okay, next question is, there is a difference for the money when you put in for one power node. It's not showing 100 euros, it's showing as a different number. Can you explain what's happening there?
Yes, this is an error, because right now the TI, the programmers are doing so much in everything, changing the back office, creating more functions there because of the products and all, and some things are missing. But the fact is, it's been correct. If not today, maybe tomorrow. There was supposed to be 100, and don't worry, when you pay 100 euros, that function is going to be out in hours, or maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow. It's going to be an invoice. So don't worry, you pay for 100 and you get an invoice and receive for 100. So there will be an invoice and receive available in your office. This is being implanted right now, so it's going to be released in a very, very short time. That's the reason. So it's a matter of programming. So, but the fact is, you pay for 100 and you will get a receive and an invoice for 100. Don't worry.
That's fantastic. So that's really important for everybody. You are going to get an invoice. So I don't know if that has any.
Once we have an invoice, it's legal to register a company. So if you don't want to register yourself as a person and you want to register a company, you can do it. It's absolutely legal.
Okay, thank you very much. So look out for the invoices, everybody. The question here was answered, but I'll say it for the group. What is the document ID? That is basically a identification that you're going to put in. So if it's your driving license, you put in your driving license number. If you're going to submit your passport, it's your passport number. So that is what it means by ID. Okay. I will say that there was some glitches before when there was registrations. It wasn't going through. This will happen in any tech company. It was resolved within 24 hours. That's all operational now. Support buttons will come. You're going to see a lot of updates this week as we start, as I mentioned. So those questions that are coming in now will be resolved in the next couple of days. It's the same for Canada as well. I'm pretty sure in every country, right, Armando, because the promise of the company was no products or services would be ever released unless they were going through the correct procedures. And that's why we were talking about USA and Canada. So that's already getting implemented. The company is doing it by the book. For those who didn't get the links for the YouTube channel, they've just been put in again. Please copy and paste the YouTube channel for everybody that's looking for an official YouTube channel, and there is a Facebook link as well for everybody that's new. I can't answer the questions about the master nodes and the pricing because the company will do that in the next, is it a few days or a few weeks? What's the time frame on information and videos, Armando? Do you know?
So all complete is going to take perhaps 2 weeks, but they will start to come. They'll start to be released in days and one step after the other. So I think in 2 weeks everything will be
awesome. The videos and all the testimonials and all the recording for the Cuba event, the developers are working on it now. That will go out on the official YouTube channel, and I'm sure there will be a message in the back office to say that is now available. Everybody watched that Cuba event because we captured every moment, our testimonials, how we were feeling that Armando is trying to get through to you, and you will see everybody talking to the CEO. I don't know what to tell you guys. If you get access, oh, here's a message from the CEO personally. Each and every one of you on this call and anyone that watches the recording are invited to go and meet Adrian. If you can make it to his office, he will show you the office personally. He will greet you with the team. You can see the documentation, whatever you need to see. Adrian's message is this company was built on pain because he's been through everything that we've all been through and he's fed up of it. And this time he's going to do it correctly, the right way with, so that's why he gives access. And actually in Cuba, we were telling him, Adrian, you shouldn't be so accessible in the field. And he told us, no, I will be in the field. Carlos realized, remember that moment, Armando? He said to us, I realize now that I need to be in the field with my people. That is the kind of people you want running your company, because you and I all know they start these companies. You never see the CEO. You might see them on an event, on a world event, and they go on stage, but you don't really get access to them, especially if you've just started, if you've a new member. They only usually see the big, powerful leaders. But what about us? What about people that have questions? What about us that want to run with this company, launch this company, who believe in this company? So their message to you is, come visit them. Bring who you want. They'll have their team waiting for you. Annie, who's on the call, she went over and spent the day, and they took her to dinner, and she told us all about it on the trip. So if you have leaders that want to come in and want to go there, you're more than welcome to go and visit them. I was going to talk quickly about a strategy that we were doing, but we've run out of time. But I will do plenty of webinars. If you want me to do more webinars like this or private webinars for your teams, let me know. I can go back to the very beginning and talk about the company from first day. I can go more advanced and talk about what I know and I'm permitted to say, or I can go and talk to you about strategy, like Kaleem. Kaleem has a strategy. He wants to get, he wants to be the first person in the company to get 1,000 masternodes. Whatever your strategy is for this company, you will know. If you want help or discussion, there's plenty of people on here that have been in network marketing a long time. If you've never built a binary compensation plan before, get with people who have experience. What I love about this group right now is I know a lot of you on here, and I've won with you, I've lost with you, but here we are again. So there's plenty of people on here that will help you with technical or experience or strategy. Just say it. You want a webinar after this, give me a call. I am dedicating my whole time to this company, like I know Armando is. Let me see if there's any more questions.
I just want to say something said, well, when we will have business cards, it's already since the day one on the back office. You just go to documents and then you see there's writing sheets, there's a cape to put the sheets, there are business cards, so you can take it off the file and put it your name, and that's it. So
yeah,
that material is ready.
If you go into your back office, guys, under dashboard, you'll see documentation. All of your marketing material is prepared for you. All your business cards, you just print them off. It's all there for you. Alessio, for the power nodes and more information, that's going to come from the person who's dealing with it. It's better to come from the person who visited the mines, that knows the coins, that knows the hash rate. I know you're much more advanced than most of us. He is going to give that to you in the next couple of weeks, okay? That is coming from the top. I don't want to say my opinion because I have my opinion on master nodes and power nodes, but I'd rather give it to the person who's actually going to the countries and getting the power assigned to him, getting the machines assigned to him, getting the contracts assigned to him. He's the one that's going to give us. That way the information is pure and not opinions. All right. I'm just going through some questions. Will the shareholder contract be made available in our back office? Yeah, the shareholder contract is already there. If you go to documents, there is about 31 different kind of things in there. You've got the terms and conditions. They've got the expectations of you and the expectations of the company. You've also got the contract. I'm not sure if it's in English. We have it, but I'm not sure if it's updated in English. If you haven't got it, just give anybody, just come to me and I'll give you a copy of it in English. And that's the thing I was talking about earlier, just a little bit of patience, because there's a lot to do when you're putting it into a blockchain format. Everything will come. And it is please read it, guys. All those questions about legalities, it's in there. If you want to know what is expected from the company and what they owe you if something goes wrong, it's in there. If there's something you do wrong, to jeopardize the company and say ambiguous things and incorrect information, they can penalize you too. This is a real proper professional contract. A lot of people would just agree to it without reading it. I wouldn't do that. If you want to know what the company is supposed to do for you and what happens if you decide not to continue, you should be aware of what the compensation back to you is, if there's any. You should know what the penalties are if you decide to not continue. It's all there. It's 31 pages. It's funny, when you get the real information, nobody actually takes a look at it. Everybody asks for it, but when it's actually there, nobody pays attention to it, which is what we were talking about when we were there with all the documents available. Nobody wanted to see them. It's amazing. All right, I think that's an hour. It went very, very fast. So if you did come on this webinar for lots of information, I'm not going to apologize on behalf of the company, but I'm going to let the company give it to you. It's their right to give you all of the exciting news and all of the compensation and all of the rank structure and the information of the videos and the new products and how Brazil is going to work. Let them have the limelight. It shouldn't come from me. It should come from them. And I definitely know Adrian's got some videos that he's going to share with you from the mines itself in the future. So stay tuned for that. Armando, thank you very much for being the guest tonight. That was absolutely fantastic. Thank everybody that came on tonight. The Facebook group is probably the best form of information as we get it. So if the videos are in the back office, you'll see it. Everybody will mention it. It will be there. So just copy the links again. And if anybody wants any sort of private webinars with me, or wants to see something that wasn't mentioned or some other questions, I will pass it on to Armando. Armando will send it to the CEO within minutes, and the answer will come back when the answer comes back.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening to us. We're going to do this more often, as Lee said, not only private, not only this kind of private webinar. This was an initiative from Lee, and but we're going to start to do it officially, and then you'll be notified. If not this week, next week we'll start at least 2 presentations, formal company presentations a week in English, and we're going to do it also in Spanish and in Portuguese, and other language will come like French or even German or Italian. So we are preparing all this. The first ones will be Portuguese, English, and Spanish, but then week after week we're going to increase more languages. So count on us. We want to do this, and we will do this. So it's just a matter of time. As Lee said, we are not getting in. We are starting a company, okay? Thank you for being there, and we'll see you on the next webinar. Thank you, Lee, for the initiative.
Welcome, welcome. All right, good night, everybody, and I'll see you on the next webinar.
Okay, goodbye.